From logic-defying catches to hitting homers close to the strike zone, the World Baseball Classic is home to some insanely talented players. And here are some of the most iconic WBC moments from over the years. Starting with Adam Jones saving the day, the outfielder for the Baltimore Orioles was the hero of Team USA's 3-2 walk-off win over Colombia in their WBC Pool C opener in 2017 at Marlins Park. And while Jones' game-winning RBI single with 2 outs in the 10th inning saved the US from a terrible opening game, it was Jones' second RBI that might have been even more important. In the 7th inning of the winner-takes-all second-round game between the US and the Dominican Republic, with the US leading 4-2, Manny Machado hit a deep ball off Tyler Clippard.
San Diego there is a pretty big park, so I wasn't sure off the bat. I knew he hit it good. Whether or not it was going to be a home run or not.
What happened next will forever live on in the minds of every baseball fan in the U.S. The former Orioles center fielder made a game-saving play against Machado by diving backwards into the WBC logo to catch a home run. As Jones skipped into the infield to celebrate, Machado raised his helmet to praise the catch. The United States would go on to win by a score of 6-3 and claim its first world championship. Jones said that he has definitely had a lot of amazing moments with the Orioles playing against Major League Baseball opponents, but this one ranked quite high as it involved competition between countries, and everything is, of course, different from one country to the next. If that shocked you out of your seat, wait till you hear what this Dominican player did on the field. Nelson Cruz hit a 3-run homer. You heard that right. The Dominican fans were on their feet and making a lot of noise when their team played the United States in the World Baseball Classic.
Nelson Cruz, well hit to left. That one's got a chance, and it's gone!
And guess what? They eventually managed to shock the Americans. It was in the 8th inning that Nelson Cruz hit a go-ahead 3-run homer off ex-Yankee Andrew Miller, which, coupled with Starling Marte's single drive off the All-Star reliever, helped the Dominican Republic come back from a 5-run deficit and beat the United States 7-5. After the match ended, Cruz said that if people didn't feel the emotions of this game, then they were either dead on the inside or needed to be checked out. I hear you, Cruz. It was a moment that surely moved everyone who was present. The players' comeback thrilled the crowd of 37,446, the largest for baseball at Marlins Park in its 5-year history. Miller said that the fans were great and that it was unlike any other game their team had ever been to, including the playoffs and the World Series. Taking part in it for them was an incredible experience. He only wished that he could have gone in there, done his job, and made the crowd go quiet. But unfortunately, he didn't get to do that. It's always amazing to see a player from one team perform spectacularly on the field in a tournament. Now imagine if multiple of them did that. That's exactly what happened in the Dominican Republic's run in 2013. Their run in the WBC was honestly the stuff of legends. Even though they played against teams with major leaguers, the Dominican Republic went undefeated in the WBC, going 8-0, as well as beating Puerto Rico 3-0 in the championship game. Damn, they were literally on fire. With a .469 average, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs, former Yankee Robinson Cano became only the 4th player in Major League Baseball history to win both the World Baseball Classic and the World Series. One-time Minnesota Twin Samuel Deduno led the DR's pitching staff by throwing 5 innings without allowing a run in the championship game. He also had 17 strikeouts in 13 innings over the course of the tournament. You have to admit, the way they performed on the field throughout the WBC was incredible. Another iconic moment that happened in the tournament was when one team was finally able to go past the semifinals for the first time in years. That's right, I'm talking about the one and only US of A. Before 2017, the United States had never before made it to the World Baseball Classic semifinals. But this time around, the veteran-heavy American team reversed the trend. They won the tournament and avenged an earlier earlier loss to Puerto Rico by defeating the unbeaten team 8-0 in the championship game. Now that's what I call winning with a bang. After shutting out Puerto Rico's bats over 6 innings in the title game, Marcus Stroman maintained his impressive tournament performance. Stroman had a 2.35 earned run average over 15 1/3 innings in his 3 starts at the tournament. Pretty impressive, if I may add. The American team was led offensively by Eric Hosmer and Brandon Crawford, who both had a team-high 10 hits and a .385 batting average. Guess no one ever considered them the underdogs ever again after this amazing win. Well, I'm happy for Team USA. I can't forget the time when the Dominican Republic was up against Puerto Rico in the 2017 World Baseball Classic. Baez made one of the most epic plays of the tournament. It's something that baseball fans will still remember to this day. The second-round matchup between the two teams at the 2017 World Baseball Classic confirmed their status as pre-tournament favorites, and I can understand why. They are some of the top teams in the tournament. One of the best plays of the tournament came from Baez, who slapped a no-look tag on Nelson Cruz in Puerto Rico's 3-1 second-round win over the DR. But it wasn't your ordinary run-of-the-mill tag. It happened as Cruz was excitedly celebrating his successful throw. Before the ball even got to Baez's glove, he started celebrating by pointing at the Puerto Rican catcher, Yadier Molina. El Mago indeed. And that, my friends, is a lesson on why you should wait before tooting your own horn, especially in public. Unlike Cruz, this next player should be tooting his own horn. And even though he couldn't live up to the hype in his home country, Daisuke sure made his mark on the international level. Daisuke Matsuzaka was unhittable for 2 straight WBCs, which helped Japan win 2 straight tournament titles. Back in 2006, Matsuzaka put on a performance that elevated his MLB stock by going 3-0 with a 3.86 ERA over 13 innings. Now that's some impressive stuff right there. 3 years later, he came back and picked up from where he left off and ended up winning the MVP of the tournament. With a 3-0 record and a 2.45 ERA over 14 2/3 innings for a Japan team that defeated South Korea 5-3 in the final. As if that wasn't enough to add to his list of achievements, Matsuzaka also made history by becoming the first player to win both the World Series and the World Baseball Championship with this victory. You know that when it comes to a stage like the WBC, it's not just your team's reputation on the line, but also that of the country you're representing. And sometimes while doing that, things can get heated, which led to this iconic moment between Canada and Mexico cases. In the 2013 World Baseball Classic, Canada had a 9-3 lead heading into the bottom of the 9th, but their catcher Chris Robinson opened the inning with a bunt single because the run differential was the tournament's tiebreaker. Pretty straightforward, right? Think again. In response to Robinson's move, Canadian catcher Rene Tassoni was plunked by Mexico's Arnold Leon, which ended up sparking a fight that resulted in the ejection of 7 players. Damn, things got out of hand pretty quickly. Well, there you have it. These were some of the most iconic moments in the World Baseball Classic.